Welcome to Washburn University's School of Law video on completing the payment voucher utilizing dynamic forms. There are several reasons why using dynamic forms are more efficient. This is not an all-inclusive list. Dynamic forms are electronic payment vouchers. They do not require the Adobe digital signature on the PDF. Secure signatures are added by signing in with your Washburn University single sign-on credentials. These forms are then electronically routed to others to sign and for accounts payable for processing. Individuals receive an email in their Washburn email address stating they have a document ready for processing. You do not use dynamic forms when you are reimbursing for travel expenses or when it's a final purchase order payment. You may access dynamic forms either by going to the finance section of the My Washburn or a link through the School of Law SharePoint site. There are detailed instructions also available at the above locations. Once you open a dynamic form for the payment voucher, you have 45 minutes to complete the form. You may access or view previously submitted forms or forms that you're in the middle of processing by clicking on Dynamics Forms link on the Employee tab of My Washburn. Once you log in, you'll select the drop-down arrow next to the My Forms in the top right corner of the screen. When you log into Dynamic Forms, this is the screen that you will see. The first question you have to respond to is if this is a final payment for purchase order. If it is, you'll notice it tells you you cannot use this form. So in this example, we're going to say it's not. Then the next question is this a partial purchase order payment? In this case, we're going to say no. Now the next section has to do with who we're going to be paying. If you do not know their WIN number, you click on this box and then you type part of their name and hit enter. And it gives you all the different WINs that are established for something with the name Foundation in it. If nothing came up, that's when you would need to email purchasing@washburn.edu and ask if they have a WIN. Maybe you're searching or it's under something different. Give the name and the address. If there's not one on file, then you're going to need to send that vendor a W-9 to complete, have them return it to you, and then send to purchasing for them to establish that number. What's nice is once you have located their number, it gives you the available addresses. You choose the address as stated on the invoice where the payment should be submitted, and it automatically comes up. The next section is the vendor invoice information. If there is no invoice, you're going to type none, but we'll just say there was, and you would type the invoice number in here, the invoice date, the account number, and when the payment is due. The next section is where you need to provide the detailed description of the charges. You need to explain the business purpose, dates, description. So in this case, we're going to say we are from the April 2nd, 2022 Barristers Ball, transferring the, and of course I can't type, transferring the fundraising amount to the public interest fund number XXX, but you would actually put the number in. The next section is accounting information. This box right here is easy to skip. When you go to hit submit, if any of the required fields which have the red star are not filled out, it will not go through. So you will always choose Washburn University. The other selection is for Washburn Tech, so you'll choose the WU. You will enter the fund. We're going to say this is from the Barristers Fund, so that would be a student organization. Come over here. Fill in the appropriate focables, put in the amount. You'll notice the amount total automatically calculates. If you need another line, you would click that and say for some reason it's coming out of a different fund and the amount that you want in there. and the total, and you just keep adding lines as you need that. It's very important to attach documentation that supports this, so i.e. the invoice. So you just click on choose, and then you can stay where it's at. I know this amount doesn't match up, but we'll just go ahead and do that. That's how easy it is to load your bill there. Next, you're going to choose whether you're the department contact or not. And since you're signed in with your single sign-on, it will bring all your information up. If you wanted to have this check picked up versus mailed or direct deposit, you would type that in this special delivery instructions section. If not, you would come down, and since this is a student org fund, it automatically knows we need a student organizational approver. So we're going to type in that student's name, and they want the email address. If you don't know the email address, you can type part of the name, and it comes up. Then we do need 2 signatures, so you click on this box here to add an additional signature. And again, if you don't know how to spell a name, you can do this. It will come up, and then you can make sure you spell it right. And you keep adding if you wanted to. The way you digitally sign this form, since you're electronically signed in with your dual, is you click on this. It comes up, you type your first name, tab, type your second name, and then click on sign electronically. And then at the very bottom, the rest is once it routes to other, you can specify. So if I want to have the faculty advisor sign, you could do this, but since I'm a staff advisor, it doesn't allow me to do that. So you can either save your progress if you get interrupted or know you need to go do something else. Otherwise, after 45 minutes, this will time out on you. Otherwise, if you have it all done, including the signature and your upload, and don't forget this little campus here, then you would hit submit. It would electronically route to the first person you've designated. So what's going to happen is Nicole Smith at this email address is going to receive an email that she has a form to approve, and in that email is a link to the form. She will go through, review everything, including the attachments. If it's okay, she will come down to the bottom and hit save and submit, and then it would automatically route to the next person. The finance office generates checks twice a week. Generally, if a voucher is received by Friday, it will be paid on Tuesday. If it is received by Wednesday, it will be paid on Friday. Please remember, sometimes it may require up to 2 weeks to process a payment. Reimbursements will be processed by either mailing to the address on file associated with the WIN, or if a direct deposit is established with the WIN, it will go that way. Or you may specify in the special delivery instructions on the form. For instance, if you would like to pick the check up at the business office, you would want to type that in the special delivery instructions. Thank you for your time today and watching this short video on completing the payment voucher utilizing dynamic forms. If you have any questions, please contact the staff in the School of Law Dean's office or the School of Law Accounting office. You may also email questions to accounting@washburnlaw.edu. Thank you again for your time, and have a great day.